What's up, guys? The game just finished right now, and I'm just speechless. Albacete 3, Real Madrid 2, in the round of 16 of Copa del Rey. We are out of the competition. Arbeloa's first game that he wanted to actually prove something. He brought in 8 out of 11 of Castilla players that they actually played pretty well. I mean, you're playing a team that is 16th or 17th in the Segunda B of Laliga, which they're actually getting relegated to tier 3. So very sad day for Madridistas, very bad day for Madridistas, but at the same time we're kind of used to it. So it's just something that I was expecting. Like, as soon as they actually scored the equalizer, I was watching it with my wife. I was just telling her that, watch, they're gonna win, they deserve it, they played better. And that stadium, the way they cried after, it just meant so much to them. So kudos to them, they actually played very well. Let's go over what happened. I'm gonna leave the lineup over here for you guys with ratings from FootMob, so you guys can take a look at it. I have a couple notes that I actually written down that I'm gonna go over also as we're reviewing the game. The first thing I wanted to mention is Albacete is actually 17 in their La Liga B, or they call it Segunda League. Just for you guys to have a perspective of what team we're talking about and what team we were actually playing at. We had like crazy fog at the beginning of it when everything was starting. We couldn't even see it for the first like 15-20 minutes. You couldn't even see the ball. The camera was lost, the players were lost. It sounded like it was a fog. The commentator was saying it's a very foggy night, but then it cleared up super quick, so it actually kind of looked like a fireworks. The players or the fans were actually going crazy because Real Madrid is in town, so I'm not blaming them. It was Arbeloa's first game. It was kind of weird seeing him on the sideline. I do watch a couple Castilla games, so for me, it wasn't that big of a deal to see him, but it's just so sad to see Xabi's gone, man. It's just so sad. I really miss him, and I wish we gave him time. He could give his philosophy and kind of push it through, but with stubborn players like that and stubborn president like this, that it's a player team, and whatever the player says goes. Unfortunately, these are the things that Madridistas have to deal with. Minute 17 was like one of the first things that I started writing down, because the game at the beginning was so boring, and they were playing with a lot of attacking confidence and with a lot of energy. But unfortunately, Madrid again was like, oh, we're Real Madrid and we already won this game. These guys are not even in our level. Minute 22, Vinny had actually very good cross for Hoysen. Hoysen misses that one. I want to talk about Hoysen really quick. He was very good when he came in at the beginning, and we had a lot of high hopes for him. He was like playing from the back. He was one of the key players in Xabi's system. But now, first of all, he was like injured half of the season, but since he got back, he's been a shadow of himself. He's not playing from the back at all. Every single game he's getting yellow. He doesn't even getting to finish any game in 90 minutes. Xabi didn't trust to keep him in 90 minutes, and as we saw, Arbeloa pulled him out right after he got his yellow. Alaba came for him, so I don't think he's helping his case. Hopefully, he's just a kid. He's only 20 years old. Most likely, he'll be in the World Cup. Hopefully, he's gonna have a great World Cup. Learn from De La Fuente. Learn from his mistake, and as we know, having a CB position by the age of 25, 27 is when your prime actually starts. But he's just so promising that we're expecting him to hit the ground running, because it's Hoysen. There was this guy who was actually playing for them, Danny Bernabeu. What a last name. I don't know who this guy is, but he played great. He was their left back, number 20, if I'm not wrong. This guy, let me actually bring him for you guys. This kid, Danny Bernabeu. He's 18, Spanish kid. He was great. He played 74 minutes. Look at his stats. He was one of the shining bright spots for Albacete for sure. And we had King Vallejo also on the bench. Apparently he was injured, he didn't get to start, but he was crying at the end after they actually won. It was crazy. It was crazy seeing him. And I always remember his picture in Manchester City after we beat them, and he's like walking away from 3 of Man City players on the floor. That picture, Madridistas know which picture I'm talking about. That's a King Vallejo wallpaper. It's for a team that it's almost going to tier 3. They played great, and in their history they never won against us. I think we played them like 3 times or 4 times, and they actually made history tonight. And that guy number 10, which we will talk about, made another history to scoring 2 goals against Real Madrid. And we're almost going to halftime 0-0, but right at minute 42 there's a cross coming in from a corner, and their defender Javier, I wrote it down, Javier Villar, this guy, beautiful header. It was actually one of those headers that I don't think even Courtois would have stopped. The defenders just didn't cover him properly. He got in front of the defender, beautiful header straight to the left side of Lunin, and it was 1-0. At that time, Madrid kind of started picking up the momentum, and I knew there's a game coming. There's no way we're losing this half 1-0. And as the game was going on, beautiful cross from I think it was minute 47 that Franco Mastantuono actually scores. But there's a header right before that comes from the corner from Huijsen, and it deserved a goal. The guy, their goalie, just pulled it out of his hat and pulled it from the line. That should have been Huijsen's goal, but the rebound comes kindly to Mastantuono, and he takes advantage of it. At least we closed the half 1-1. But even at that time, I was kind of nervous. I was like, man, in front of the tier 3 team, we shouldn't close the half 1-1. In BBC times, this game would have been like 4-0 already, and we had our B team on the pitch anyway. I mean, this was our kind of B team on the pitch because Kylian actually didn't play. I mean, didn't get invited. He wasn't even on the bench. Kylian, Jude, Rodrigo, and Courtois, they all actually stayed at home. None of them traveled with the team because of one of them, obviously, Kylian had the injury, the knee injury, but the rest of the people were actually resting. They were not needed for this game. Round of 16, Copa del Rey. You should have won the game anyways. So we start the second half with the good pressure. We were actually going for it. I saw Vini attacking. I saw Gonzalo attacking. It was really positive. We thought that we definitely going to get the second goal coming up. Minute 55, Albacete does a triple change, something that usually nobody that is playing against a big team like that, against King of Europe, you don't bring 3 players at the same time. The guy had so much confidence, their coach. His name was Gonzalez. Super confident guy, and I love the confidence that they actually brought to the game. And that Blancor guy, number 10, he actually came in as a sub 2, and he scored 2 goals. Again, a lot of confidence. I understand it was their home, but they did great, so kudos to them. And then minute 64, Dean Huijsen does the craziest foul. I don't know why he does that. Gets an unnecessary yellow, and as soon as he gets the yellow, he actually loses his spot, and Alaba comes in. Alaba, it's crazy that he's still playing for us. Honestly, 2 seasons ago, I feel like 2-3 seasons ago, he should have been already gone, but this is his last year and he's not getting renewed. So in this summer, he's just going to walk out for free. Most likely he's either going to retire or go to Saudi. Camavinga comes in for Fran Garcia. Fran didn't do that well, honestly. He got 7.4 over here. I don't believe in FotMob's rating. I just keep it over here because I know you guys use it all the time, and I use it all the time, so we're kind of going over it together, and you guys are familiar with it. I'm familiar with it, but I don't agree with the player ratings that they do 100% for sure. Minute 72, Vini misses a very good chance from behind the box. As I was watching him, he was at the beginning, he actually had a very good game, but then he was getting booed, and I think that got kind of into his head. Second half, he started very well also, but then he just keeps falling, and it's him, so even if it's a foul, they're not going to call it. So out of every 5 to 10 fouls, he just gets one of them called. Feel bad for the guy, but he just didn't feel as he didn't play as well as we expected him to play, because you're the superstar of this team. You have the number 7 on your back, And the game that Kylian is not there, Jude is not there, Rodrigo is not there, it's your turn to shine, and he disappointed again. Minute 76, we bring in Danny Carvajal. It was awesome to see him. As you guys know, he's a legend of the club, 6 UCLs, captain of the team. He's just not ready, and he didn't play well. He couldn't even play against the kids. I feel like his days are numbered. He did amazing for us, and he was starting in every single 5 or 6 Champions Leagues that we did. Every single final, he was our right back, and kudos to him. We appreciate him. We really thank him. He's probably going to go down as the best right back of Real Madrid all time. I don't think anybody can argue with that. On the left back, we have Roberto Carlos and Marcelo, and all the Madridistas go at it. In my opinion, Roberto Carlos was a little bit better. He was a little bit more versatile. He was faster. His shots were crazy, but Marcelo was amazing, man. So I just can't choose between them. Like, I think Roberto Carlos will edge Marcelo just by a bit, but again, both of them are best left back of all time for Real Madrid. Minute 80, they have a very great shot and amazing save from Lunin, and I was like, okay, this is the Lunin we wanted, and this is the Lunin we were missing. The heir to Courtois and our second keeper, but unfortunately, the corner that he gives, minute 81, Albacete scores, the number 10. On the back it says Hefte, but actually his name here is Blancor. This guy, he actually got a yellow. He got an 8.9 man of the match. I mean, he scored 2 goals. I would give him man of the match also. Minute 89, Fede has a beautiful shot from behind the box. The keeper saves it. It goes to corner. Guler does the cross for the corner. Minute 91, and who else but Gigi Gonzalo Garcia scores his first goal of the game and our second goal. So we're 2-2. We're like, okay, this is remontada. We're back. I didn't know if it's going to go to extra time or it goes straight to penalty, but I was just reading right now it would go to extra time. But right at minute 92, Asensio gets a very bad yellow, very unnecessary yellow on the side of the box. Both of our center backs actually got yellow, which is terrible. And right on that cross, minute 94, and it was a 4-minute extra time anyway, so right on the last second of the game, again, their number 10, Mr. Bentancur, makes the game 3-2, and they do their own remontada. Takes off his shirt. All the coaching staff run on the floor and run on the pitch, and at that time we already knew the game is over. It was just crazy. Everybody were so quiet. I was just so shocked watching the game. I knew it's gonna go to extra time, and we have players and we have quality to show these guys that, hey, I know 8 of our players are from Castilla, but we can still win and go to the next round. This is round of 16 of Copa del Rey, for God's sake. But our players just weren't up for it, and their goal, the guy's goal at the end, was beautiful. Their number 10, he hits Carvajal with his first shot. The ball bounces. Carvajal is still looking on the other side, and he just bounces the ball. He notices that Lunin is off of his line and just puts it beautifully on the right side of the goal. It was one of those goals that only good number 10s, or good number 9s, like Lewandowski, like Benzema, even Cristiano type of finish. So kudos to them. Well deserved. I actually even wrote it in my notes. A well deserved Albacete, and Real is out of the competition, and the game ends in a defeat. Very bad, very disappointing game. Again, I'm just lost for words. Most likely he's going to carry out whatever happens in the next 4 or 5 months, and then as we go to the World Cup, after the World Cup, let's see what managers are available. Let's see what we can do at that time. But as I see it, I don't think we're gonna win any trophy. Obviously this one we're out. UCL we're still doing good, but we haven't got to a good team. Next game is versus Levante. It's like at 5 a.m. over here. I'm gonna wake up and actually watch the game. But the game after that, I think it's Monaco. So that's kind of like his test in a UCL level. Again, Monaco is not the best team, but they have Pogba, they have Ansu Fati now from Barcelona, so they actually have a good team. Let's see if he can do anything against them. He can actually prove that maybe he has some players healthy and he can actually prove his game plan. But everything I saw was just still Carlo ball, still side to side, still going backwards. Just terrible game. But again, kudos to Albacete, they actually deserved it. I'm going to go over the player ratings really quick with you guys too. Lunin, definitely 4, 3 maybe. He got 5.1. I would give him less. The last goal, he shouldn't have stood over there. You know, there's literally 1 minute left of the game. You should do everything to let this guy go to overtime and to extra time, and you didn't. You were just off of your line so bad. Such a amateur goalkeeping and positioning at that time. Jimenez, 6.5. I mean, what can you say? Castilla player. Good thing that he started on the right back, but I would start Carvajal if he was healthy. You should have started him and then brought this guy at the beginning. I think it was too much pressure for a young kid to play a knockout game. How old is he? 21. Asensio, I wasn't happy with him. Too many reckless challenges. Too many. I think it got to his head that he's the next Ramos. So, and all he learned from that is just getting yellows and reds. You need to be a good defender first before being able to foul. So 5, well deserved. I wouldn't give him more than 5. Huijsen was good. He had 2 good headers, and the header that actually ended in Mostantuono goal, it was his header from the corner. So I would give him probably 7. 6.9 sounds good. Garcia in the same ballpark, 6.5, 7, because he was actually covering the left flank pretty well, but every time he would pass it to Vinny just doesn't count him as a human, so he just keeps cutting inside, doesn't even look at the guy. He keeps taking the player with him, but he never passes it to him. So I would have just had Camavinga again starting on the left, because you know you're going to bring him as a left back, which we will talk about. Fede finally back to his favorite position, the position that he wants, and he was terrible. He got 6.8. He had like 2 shots that both of them were out of the goal, and they went out like very like feet away from the goal. He wasn't rested properly. I feel like he still had that El Clasico dizziness in his head, and he wasn't himself. It was kind of weird to see Castero inside. I actually just know of him. Jorge Castero, I never watched him before. A 19-year-old from Castilla, and again, Arbeloa worked with these guys, so he knew what he was doing, and he used this guy as a CDM. He didn't do that great. I didn't see him do anything out of ordinary, so 6, 7 maybe in a good ballpark. Guler he had an assist, but he played very well. Like Guler and Garcia and Mostantuono, because of the goal, were the 3 players that actually put the effort. I saw them running, I saw them trying to defend, I saw them man marking, but the rest, I'm sorry man, I wasn't happy with them. Vinny, he got 7. I would probably give him 6 or 5. He was getting booed from the beginning, and then he got to his head. You should just shut those guys down by scoring. He had like 3-4 shots, and every single one was tier 2 of the stadium. It hit almost, one of them went outside of the stadium. I just don't know where his head is. I don't know why he keeps doing that inside the foot right that everybody knows you're gonna do, and it's always in the middle of the goal. At least do it on the top right, bottom right, somewhere that challenge the keeper, man. Gonzalo wasn't the greatest on the first half, but second half he was actually playing well, man marking pretty well, and his goal brought us back to life for a couple minutes before they just shut the lights off on us. And Mostantuono was actually great. I was very happy. I really like him on the right flank, because he actually is only on the right because he's a left-footed player, and he also covers a lot of ground on this side. So Fede keeps going back to cover the right back, so this area over here on the pitch and all the way to the goal, because he was right in the 6-yard box when he scored. It's his area, and I love that about him. I mean, he's a young guy. He should be running. I think he's 18 now. Yes. Our substitutions: Alaba, Camavinga, Carvajal, Palacios, and Angel. These 2 guys, I'm not going to talk about him as much, because Angel didn't even get a rating. He came at minute 86. He probably touched the ball once. Carvajal, he made 2 very immature, stupid tackles. I understand he's our older player, he's our captain, he's our legend, but I just honestly feel like it's time to go, man. You paid your dues, you did your time. Thank you so much for everything you did. Again, the best right back in Real Madrid history, but I think his time is up. I think probably either Saudi or retirement, and he can actually retire and become somebody like Solari and Roberto Carlos, like in the working environment, in the corporate environment. I kind of see him doing that because he has that type of personality to still be around the club after he retires. Camavinga was actually very good. I would probably give him like 7 or 8. He plays very well with those scorpion tackles, with those. He came in as a left back, so kind of strange to see him in that position, but he had enough midfielder, so I understand why he put him in a left back. And you need to be playing anywhere that the coach tells you to, so anywhere that you're needed, you play there, and I love that about him. They actually both came in at the same time with Alaba, and Alaba, I didn't see anything from him. He just kicked the ball off a couple times from the box, but I didn't see any type of pass, any type of runs behind the players, behind their defense. I didn't see anything from him to give him that good of a rating. And Mr. Arbeloa, if there's a rating for you, probably 5. You barely passed. Because this was your first game, we'll give you a pass. But if this is the type of game you're going to play, you're going to lose against every team, man. Against the Gironas, against the Celta Vigos, against the Alaves and the Elches. And you're just going to lose your job. And it's going to be very sad to see 2 managers getting sacked in a span of like a couple months. So hopefully the team gets better. Hopefully they start listening to you. Hopefully you have everybody healthy and you come up with a good game plan, not just with Ancelotti ball or Xabi ball. And him and Xabi they're actually very, very good friends. So I'm sure he's going to call him, get some advice. And I'm sure Xabi already told him that as soon as you lose that locker room respect, the player is going to go against you and you will lose your job. And you mutually need to tell the club that you're out. I have nothing else, guys. These were my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I'm just disappointed, just like every single one of you guys watching this. Hopefully we get to come back against Levante. Most likely he's not going to have everybody available. Kylian is not going to be available for a couple of weeks, but I hope at least he has enough players to be able to score 2, 3, 4 goals maybe. At least we get to have a little fun and we get to watch Real Madrid come back. But the Levante one is actually tricky too, and Levante is much, much, much better than Albacete. And I don't think that he's going to play with 8 Castilla players this time though. So hopefully we get to see a better game from Arbeloa next one. And as soon as the game is over, I will come back and record for you guys. And we'll go from there. Hope to see you guys soon again. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, Ala Madrid.